Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how I created this look on our gorgeous model Sayoni. Please stay tuned and do well to leave me a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to my channel guys. Okay, so let's get right into the video. So first off I'll be brushing her brow hairs. Of course I already applied powder to help the eye pencil I'm going to be using glide smoothly. So now I'm just brushing her brow hairs upwards. I'm going to be drawing a straight line directly underneath the brows. You don't want to give so much space so your brows are not looking so bold. Then I'll repeat the same for the top of the brows. And right now I'll just connect it to the line I already created downwards, and then I'll be filling in her brows in strokes. You don't want to shade, you want to fill in strokes so your brows will end up looking as natural as possible. By the way, this pencil I'm using is from Beauty Line by Didi. You can check them out online. So right now I'm trying to mimic hairs in front of our brows by just creating 4 strokes, tiny hair-like strokes in front of her brows to give us that natural feathery brows. And I'll be concealing her brows with my Ellie Girl Pro Concealer and Ferrari Concealer palette. Right now I'm highlighting the brows with a lighter shade of concealer from my Ferrari palette. I'm just gently cleaning out the brows. Okay, you want to be very careful with this process so you don't mess things up, because it can be really messy. I just took a little at the back of my palm, as you can see. So I'll be using a lighter shade on a highlight spot. Then I'll be using a shade closer to her skin tone, that's Ellie Girl in Fawn, to highlight the beginning of her brows and the tail of the brows. Just so it blends in very well with my foundation when I apply it. I'm not going to have that white effect or a white line coming out of the brows. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm done blending out the under part of the brows. Now I'm going to be concealing the top. It's my Ellie Girl concealer in Fawn. You want to use a concealer that's closer to your model or client's skin tone or your skin tone, so you don't have issues blending out. So trying to make sure my line is as straight as possible to avoid mistakes. These brows are on fire, man. So lit. My brows are a little bit bold. You can actually make yours smaller. It depends on preference. So like I prefer this bold, but I just didn't want to tamper with the model's hair, like her brows, her natural brows, if you get what I'm saying. So now I'm blending with a fluffy brush. Just trying to blend the concealer into her skin. And next up will be her eyeshadow. I'm using a warm shade of powder, not dark, not so light, to define her crease, to do my transition color. I'm just repeating the same process for both eyes. You can use an eyeshadow for this process, but I decided to use a powder. I'm just trying to show you guys a powder can work also. You could use an eyeshadow, you could use powder, whatever works for you basically. This is what I do in some cases, not all the time though. So next I'm applying a dark shade of eyeshadow at the outer corner of her eyes. Just to give us a little more depth, because it's a cut crease look that we're going for. So I'm just repeating the same process on the other part of the eye, on the other eye rather. And you want to pack on the product. You don't want to like be scrubbing with just very little amount of product, if you know what I mean. You want to like pack it on, then you blend. Okay, so I'm just trying to diffuse that with a lighter shade of eyeshadow. I went in with an orange eyeshadow, just a very tiny little bit, to diffuse that brown that's close to her pro bone. Then I went off camera to cut her crease. Right now I'm applying a peachy shade of eyeshadow, peach eyeshadow, from my Blossom eyeshadow palette, guys. It's in the shade Pancake. I'll be sure to show you guys the palette I use in my next video. So please subscribe and turn on your notifications so you see when I show it to you. So when I post a new video, you'll be the first to see, because I'll make sure to show the products that I use in my next video. So I'm just packing the eyeshadow on her eye. Gently packing it on. Always do the same thing for both eyes. You don't want them looking too different. So now I'm going with a lighter shade of eyeshadow. Blend the inner corner of her eye. So right now I am prepping her skin. I have a full tutorial on how to do your skin prep. That includes moisturizing and priming and what's not, so do well to check it out, guys. So right now I'm just moisturizing with my Cetaphil moisturizer, deeply moisturizing her skin because she has moisturizing all over my Cetaphil moisturizer. I'm just going with a beauty blender to dab all that product into her skin. So it sits properly into her skin. And next I'm going to be mixing two foundations, my Detail Cosmetic Foundation and Mocha and Sexy Almond. Just applying it generously all over her face. I have to mix to get her exact shade and undertone. I'll talk more about undertone in my next videos. So you want to apply that foundation generously all over the face and try to avoid the brows as much as you can. Just dabbing the foundation into the skin. We're going for a skin finish, guys, so I'm not applying so much product. And you want to dab the product, you don't scrub to enable your foundation to come out really nice and see. Dab, you don't scrub. So right now I'm going to be concealing her highlight spot. This concealer dries out fast, guys. If you can see, I'm applying it in this so I can blend it out in this. it doesn't dry on me. Like giving me what I want, stress free. From MK Beauty Nigeria, you can check them out on Instagram. This time to blend out the bridge of her nose, her cupid bow on her chin. Before I go on to blend her on the eyes. Now I'm applying concealer on her under eyes generously. Concealer I'm using is from Urban Beauty in my skin concealer. It's so bomb, like really nice. You should try it out too. So I'm starting out by blending the corners of the highlight spots. Like I'm not going into the concealer directly, I'm just blending it out so it blends in with my model skin perfectly. If that makes sense. Blend out the edges before going in to blend. So things don't get messy around there. You blend by dabbing, guys. You don't scrub product on the face. It's not going to come out too smooth. So you just dab the product on. Right now I'm going to do powder contouring. I'm not doing wet contour. I'm just using a dark shade of powder from my Flawless ID powder palette to contour the sides of her cheek from her ears. Extending contour to her forehead and underneath her cheekbone. Now I'm going in with the powder of her skin, so on her shade of powder, blend everything I've done into one another, just do everything. You want to blend the circular motion sometimes so that everything blends in together and blends in well. Right now we're gonna be blushing her cheek. I'm using a red shade of, it's a peachy red shade of eyeshadow actually, yep, from my Blossom eyeshadow palette. That's what I'm using for her blush. Yep, eyeshadow can do the job too. Makeup is art, guys. Just whatever works for you is cool. Can you see that? Can you see the skin work? Can you see? So right now I'm just setting her on the eyes with my setting powder from Espon. My setting powder on her eyes, on every part where I concealed earlier. If that makes sense. Please, it's not part of the plan to conceal the blush, so I'm going to take out the excess powder later. Alright, so powder just happened to be all over the place. So now I'm applying powder on the bridge of her nose to help set my concealer, and then her forehead. And right now we're glowing up. So I'm applying this glow on the highest point of her cheek. Yeah, and I'm blending it out with a fluffy brush. Trying to blend everything into one another. You don't want anything looking ashy or harsh. And I'm gradually extending it to underneath her brows to her pro bone. Using the same process for the other cheek. This glow is so bomb, by the way. I'll make sure to add the products that I use in my next video, you guys. Pardon me. So please subscribe, turn on notification if you want to see the products that I use. Okay. This glow is really bomb, and it looks a whole lot better in person than the way it's looking right now on camera. And so I wanted to do her cupid bows, like, you know, lip technique, but I had to switch it later to do a full lip technique. You'll see that maybe towards the end of the video. So this highlight I applied on the cupid bow, I'm actually going to take it out. So yeah, I'm just dusting off the excess setting powder. More like pressing it in and dusting at the same time, if that makes sense. I'm not dusting it entirely off, just applying a little bit of glue on the forehead. Tiny little bit, not as much as, yeah, cleaning, dusting off the excess too on the bridge of our model's nose. They only have such beautiful nose, you guys. Do you agree with me? Yep, that other glow wasn't doing justice, so I have to add more. Like, I just want it to be a little too extra. Okay, so I'm blending that out. I'm just trying to diffuse it. You don't want it standing there just like that, not well blended and all that stuff. So just blending that out with my fluffy brush. And now onto the lips. Using this lipstick from Zickel Cosmetics. So this is what I was talking about earlier on. I wanted to do a few bows, but I found out to look better on a full lip. So I decided to do the full lip technique. If you've watched to this point, please do well to subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And of course, let me know what other videos you want me to create, what other looks you want me to create for you. You want to know how I did my cut crease? Let me know in the comment section. I'll be waiting for all your comments, you guys. Thank you so much for watching up until this point. Don't forget to subscribe and do well to share. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do well to share, leave me a comment. This girl is so gorgeous, man. This is the finished look. I hope you like it. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. See you in my next video.